The latest pop psychology Tempest in a Teapot is the result of a children's book that isn't even going to be released until October. For a children's book to make national news like this one, it would seem like there would have to be something pretty significant about it that touches some hot-button cultural issue, like maybe the evangelicals are up in arms about a book called Little Stephen Has 3 Daddies and 2 Mommies, or Horton Befriends an Atheist. It wasn't anything like that, though. The book is called Maggie Goes on a Diet. I know, does good taste have no bounds? I figured I should probably look into this book a little bit further. Surely there has to be some good reason for parents to be up in arms. I thought maybe the author had poor little Maggie eating in a way that is unhealthy in order to get thin, like going on a grapefruit diet or something like that. After all, I'd be against the book too if he was trying to get kids to go on the Atkins diet or some other commercialized shortcut promise of getting healthy, like these cleansing diets that some celebrities get hooked on. It seems, though, that the author had her on a diet that included things like fruit, less junk food, moderate exercise, and oatmeal. Is Wilford Brimley still alive? Diabetes. It turns out that there are a couple reasons that some people are upset. There's a fear that the book will trigger eating disorders, despite it portraying a girl apparently not doing anything radical to lose weight. I look at that argument this way. Much of the developed world has the large and growing problem of obesity, no pun intended. We do also have a much smaller, but also growing problem with anorexia, bulimia, and related eating disorders. So where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us pretty obsessed with our weight. I can tell you with certainty, though, that right now obesity is killing orders of magnitude more people than eating disorders, and during childhood is the place where healthy habits are often formed. In all the previews of the book I've seen so far, I don't see any indication that Maggie is portrayed as wasting away to a toothpick. In fact, she ends up being athletic, a star player on her school soccer team. Bend it like Beckham! That brings up another problem that some people have with the book. They complain that the portrayal of Maggie making more friends, being more popular, and becoming the star of the soccer team after she loses weight is too unrealistic, and that self-esteem must come from within and all that. It's noble to strive toward a goal of accepting people the way they are physically, and I very much support that idea, don't get me wrong, including any reasonable effort that will counter bullying. People can be whatever weight they want, but this medical relativist position that some people seem to be advocating is ignoring that kids are going to be cruel, and that more importantly, being healthy is very important throughout life. Being a healthy weight is of course not a guarantee of being an athlete, but being obese will make it nearly impossible. It's just like brushing your teeth makes it much more likely that you'll have good teeth, but we all know it's no guarantee. Just ask the British about that. Just kidding, Brits. I'll see you in London in 2 weeks. A big incentive to eat healthier is that if you live in the United States, your healthcare is not free, and you will pay dearly for the medications that you will probably need sooner rather than later if you're very unhealthy. Unfortunately, your life expectancy is tied closely to your personal wealth in this country. I'm advocating for a better healthcare system, just as I know many of you in the Crocoduck Army are, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Some of my favorite YouTubers are fighting the battle of the bulge, and partly for selfish reasons, I hope they get healthier just so they'll have a better chance of being around longer and be able to educate and entertain into their 70s, 80s, and beyond. I'm actively helping one of them in his efforts right now, actually, and he's lost over 50 pounds. Is it possible that this book will trigger an eating disorder in someone? It's hard to say for sure, but I would much rather they get their information from that source than the fashion industry. From what I have seen of the book so far, it seems to give good, sensible advice to kids about being healthier, and I would bet any amount of money that the book will help some kids avoid weight-related illnesses and an early grave. Anyone that sees stories on the news about increasing numbers of teenagers with high cholesterol and heart problems can tell you that childhood obesity is a battle worth fighting. High self-esteem won't stop a diabetes-related foot amputation.